Alright, hello everybody. I don't know if this is making it through or not. I guess I'm just gonna have to take faith on this. This is the Necromancer, Inarius' build. I've only had it for a couple of days, so bear with me. I'm gonna take you through a Torment 10 Rift. As you can see, I have the full build set with the Diamond in to reduce the cooldown of the Land of the Dead. Health regeneration keeps me up at a swift 2 million per second, along with the Relena's Shadow Hook that'll increase the maximum essence towards my damage of 0.5% for every point of maximum essence. And I don't use Bone Spike, so the secondary one is, useless for now. The ring is Charisma Sentence. As many of you know, the Charisma Sentence for Diablo III, until they patch it, it is a ring that deals a portion of damage, increases damage against slowed enemies, or triple this bonus against enemies afflicted by any other type of controlled impairing effect. This also works on any character. It does say Necromancer only for another character, but it will still work on them. It's a glitch. Blizzard has yet to fix it. That's okay. Nobody's really complaining. I am using Bane of the Trapped with it, along with Marinade, even though they did patch that one to not proc as much. I'm still using it. And Gem of the Fictitious Toxin, and if I butchered the saying, I'm sorry. Increases poison all enemies hit for 3,950% weapon damage over 10 seconds. And then the bonus is all enemies you poison also takes 10% increased damage from all sources and deal 10% less damage. It helps when you're in a Nephilim Rift of Torment 10 or a Greater Rift of 45 or higher. At the moment, I don't know my top. Just using it. I'm just going to take you guys through a normal Rift of Torment 10. And the belt is a Witching Hour. The build calls for a different belt. I like this one. It's an ancient one, so I have intelligence and intelligence again on it, along with wit, attack speed, and crit hit damage. It's the only belt that allows for attack speed and crit hit damage. So because of that, damage is at 1.2 million, or basically 1.3 million. With the poison damage increase from Lacuni's bracers, I get 1.5 damage, which helps with the bone armor and the Grim Sith as well. So let's see what happens and how well I do. Should be fine. I already ran this rift earlier, but we'll see for your benefit. Let's find out. And hopefully I'm not just talking to myself here. So if I do anything wrong and you guys want to make a comment on it, please do so. I am open to any suggestions whatsoever. If you comment about the items I have equipped, I don't have very many other items at the moment, so that's why I don't have much yet. You may have to turn your volume up. I do have it turned down at the moment for a different reason entirely and forgot to adjust it. If that's the case, I do apologize for that. I also apologize for the video. It's not the best in the world. When Blizzard updated with the expansion for Necromancer, they screwed up everything else. So this is the best I can do for now. And don't say get a bit of video card or any of that. That was Land of the Dead. I have it set so that it freezes enemies. It also allows me to proc the corpse lance coming out of the ground and also other dead bodies. It deals massive amounts of damage, as you can see. When a simple, straightforward attack with a Grim Sith isn't, well, okay, it is doing a good bit, but it's not doing a lot. As you can see, though, I just took out 3 elite packs, 2 champions, and 1 mob. Now, the other thing you're seeing real quick is bone armor. What that does, it takes out the bones of monsters and it swings them around yourself, as you can see this right here. It's a massive amount of bones just whirling around me, doing damage, physical damage to monsters that I walk through. And now I've got myself lost. Now, because of a amulet that I have in my cube, I'm allowed to have 15 stacks of the bone armor itself. You just have to remember to keep on activating it. Even though I only hit 3 enemies right there, it still has a stack of 15. Now, Corpse Lancers does require a corpse to be on the ground. You can only get that corpse on the ground by using Blood Rush on a ruin that it has. Every time you, well, activate it, it drops a corpse onto the ground. That's not the one I have, I believe. Oh no, that is the one I have. So I activated it, and I leave it on the ground. You can't really tell the difference because there's so many dead bodies around me already. Now I like to use bone armor on an elite pack and then attack them because it just deals massive amounts of damage. Now, as you can see from the set itself, on the 2-piece it has bone armor damage increased by 1000%. Bone armor grants an additional 2% damage reduction per enemy hit. So I have 15 enemies hit and 164 million toughness. That is a fairly good amount. As you can see, I have barely taken any damage whatsoever, and still dishing out massive amounts. Now, I did try Greater Rift 70 just to see what would happen, and I got demolished. I'm not afraid to admit that. The 6-piece set is bone armor also activates a swirling tornado of bone, damaging nearby enemies for 750% weapon damage, and increasing the damage they take from the Necromancer by 2,750%. That is a buff from what they had before. I don't know for sure what they had. I believe it was 250% more damage, and they increased it before. I didn't have the Necromancer until recently, so I couldn't test it out or make a video before now. As you can see, it's another pack. Activate bone armor, a couple corpses, and boom, done. See, nice and easy. Barely even worth the effort. I could walk through these guys, and basically, they will die. But, for the sake of the matter, there's Land of the Dead, and once again, they are done. Now, I don't need corpses to use Corpse Lancers while Land of the Dead is activated. It pulls it directly from the ground, from the cemetery in Basic Point, that it uses. Now, there is an aura that you can see. It's kind of like shining light around me. That is this frailty, or frailty, emitting an aura that applies a crippling curse which instantly kills enemies with less than 15% health. The range of this effect is increased by 50% of your gold pickup radius. Of course, that radius for me is somewhere. Can't remember where it is. Oh, there it is. 7 yards. So 3.5 yards. Not that big of a difference, but it's big enough. See another champion mob. I completely forgot about bone armor, so you'll have to give me a moment as I reactivate that. Pop this real quick. Take out these guys. Get Land of the Dead activated on this boss. And he's dead. See? Nice and easy. I didn't get any legendaries from the boss, but I did pick up a couple from chests. As you can see, I got this belt. It's the gold one. And this is a wizard chest piece. That's awesome, considering the fact that I'm a Necromancer. And still getting other armor pieces for other classes. As you can see, Torment 10 with a Necromancer is easy. I'm probably going to take it up to Torment 13 later on, test it out, see how it goes, and then make a video. And depending as to whether this one works out or not, might include my voice. You never know. Alright guys, I'm going to finish off this crowd. Somehow. Port back, and I'll see you guys around. Oh, before I forget, the Corpse Lancer also does require a target. So if you see me clicking on the ground, nothing is going to happen. Your cursor has to be on the target. It will not automatically target an enemy that's close by. Now, something I did not share with Land of the Dead, all corpse skills can be used at will for 10 seconds. Enemies in Land of the Dead are periodically frozen. So, corpse skill being, of course, Corpse Lance. Target an enemy to summon projectiles from nearby corpses that cause 1750% weapon damage as physical to the target. Stuns the target for 3 seconds, which of course procs the charisma sentence itself. So, that being that, signing off.